Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, I'm Kim. This is Core Union. So this is a pretty serious topic. I was just doing I wasn't planning on doing a video today. I mean, I did film earlier today, but anyway, this is super important. I was doing some work on the back end of my YouTube channel, and I was looking at the analytics, and there's a tab that I didn't even realize there are comments that YouTube automatically holds for review. One of them in particular, though it does look like the profile was just made like right before they made the comment, it looks like it's somebody I might know, and that they just wanted to communicate this point to me, but they didn't want me to know who they were or something, which I totally get and I understand, and it's not a big deal at all. I understand. But the comment itself was very serious, and it was basically, I wish I saved it, but I read it quickly. I'm like, oh, I need to make a video about this, and I deleted it, and I should have saved it so I could have read the whole thing. I appreciate the comment very much. If you are watching the channel, I really do appreciate your concern, and I appreciate what you said. Though when you said you were kind of projecting your stuff onto me, but I'm not taking it personally at all. Like literally, I have no ego involved with this at all. So the comment basically said, in a nutshell, that content like specific person related videos of trying to manifest a person back are dangerous because somebody could be harmed because they're in an abusive relationship, and because of this topic, because they're being told in videos that you can manifest your person back and this and that, whatever, that this content is dangerous and that I should just focus basically on like sales and money and business and things like that. I completely appreciate your concern, and I feel the concern in my heart. That's why I wanted to make this comment, because I agree with the majority of what you said, except I don't agree that I shouldn't be putting out content about deep soul connections, people who really love each other coming back together just because, their triggers got in the way. Okay. I am not talking about abuse. And so I want to make this really clear to everybody. So for the person, whoever you are, I love you and thank you for making the comment. I really do appreciate it, because this is so important. And maybe, this was just because it had to be said, because somebody out there is in the situation right now, and they shouldn't be trying to manifest the person back, because the person is, a straight up, truly a narcissist or an abusive person. Okay. So thank you for the comment. I really appreciate it. And I feel like I needed to say this. So thank you. You, meaning you guys out there who are looking to manifest your person back, you should not ever stay in any situation. If you are in a situation right now where you're with somebody who's being harmful to you, who's physically or mentally or verbally abusing you, you get out right now. Like literally, you don't stay for that at all. Anytime I was in any abusive situations in my life, I was out. Either I left or the person left. I never, ever, ever once put up with even with any abuse. Okay. So that's number one. Second, you shouldn't be looking at manifesting if you're in an abusive situation. You should be going to therapy. So for the person who made the comment, and for anybody else out there, if you're in that kind of a very serious situation that you could be in harm's way, you have to be in therapy. You shouldn't be looking at coaching. I've had people reach out to me in situations where I have said to them, I'm sorry, but I am a law of assumption coach. I am not equipped to be able to help you. It would be harmful to you, and it would be harmful to me too. It's just not safe for either one of us. And where you are right now, you shouldn't be trying to manifest anything. You should be focusing 100% on you and only you, and not this person at all. And you should be seeing a really good therapist. Okay. So for the person who made the comment, you're unaware that when things like that come into my existence, my reality, I handle it responsibly. Now, I am going to make content on deep soul connections because that's where my heart is. That's where my purpose is. That's partly why I'm here on this earth. That's how God is working through me. I am all about bringing people together who belong together. And I do believe wholeheartedly and very deeply, the deepest part of me, that, again, like I say with almost every video, when it comes to the deep soul connections, and if we're talking about it from a 3D perspective, when two people have an immense love together, an undeniable connection, they are each other's other half. Okay. And just because they came together and both of their triggers got bubbled up and there may have been painful things said, that doesn't mean it was straight up like what you were talking about, harmful, like toxic, abusive situations. Okay. A lot of these things depend on how you define things. Like a toxic situation, I've been in situations that have been toxic with people who were not toxic, but the baggage was toxic, or our particular combination of baggage with each other was toxic, but I'm not toxic and they're not toxic, but the behavior was toxic. And guess what? When it's just a behavioral thing, that can be corrected and that can be addressed. And I'm talking about this from a 3D perspective, but obviously with most of my videos, I talk about going within. Like almost all my videos say the same thing, that you should be going within and loving those parts of yourselves that need to be nurtured, prioritizing yourself and truly loving and valuing yourself, respecting yourself, and only allowing the highest and best versions of others in your mind and in your life. Okay. The only difference is that I know for a fact, because I've experienced it on a personal level, and obviously from my vantage point, I see it with other people, that we can absolutely manifest people to be the highest and best versions of themselves when we do this deep inner work. And yes, I am not like most law of assumption coaches where everything is superficial and shallow. And I can see how you making those comments on these other YouTubers channels, how that would make sense, because sometimes I even watch them and I'm like, oh, you shouldn't be saying that, because, people can misinterpret that. But I do the best that I can. I am, going solely by kind of I'm listening to all of the inspiration that I get from something that's bigger than me, bigger than all of us. And I try to be very clear what I'm talking about. While we're talking about this, though, I do want to talk about the label of narcissist, because it is something that it's dangerous to be labeling people as narcissists when they might just be wounded. Okay. And just to be super responsible, if anybody who's out there who was in a harmful, toxic situation that was abusive with an actual true narcissist, truly a narcissist, do not try to manifest them back. Okay. Don't. Just love yourself and care for yourself. Now, people who have suffered from a lot of abuse in their lives, they may have moments when they are dysregulated, when they're in fear. And while they're in that dysregulated state and when they're in fear, their behavior may appear like a narcissist, but that does not make them a narcissist. If someone suddenly becomes unable to hear the other person, completely fully self-absorbed, and tends to blame without taking any responsibility in moments when they're dysregulated, that is not a narcissist. A narcissist is straight up a person who is unable to feel for other people, who they are not empathic at all. They are not compassionate. They just literally only care about themselves and their agenda. They can't even put themselves in another human being's shoes. They can't even understand how another person feels. Okay. Like I've been with people who have had qualities and traits like narcissists when they've been in their pain, but I've I don't believe I've known a straight up narcissist in my personal life. I know I've worked in situations where I've seen narcissists. Actually, there is one person who I know more personally who's a narcissist. And yeah, it's a chilling experience because you can see that, wow, they like literally have no compassion whatsoever. It's scary. So be careful with the narcissist label. And I understand if you actually were in a situation where you were abused or brought up in a household where there were actual narcissists, how it might be very easy for you to put that label on other people. But be careful with that because there are a lot of great people who are just maybe, maybe they need to do the work on themselves. They need to do some inner work. They need to maybe study a few courses on becoming regulated, of just understanding their own triggers, understanding that they're not living in their past anymore and that other people aren't all out to hurt them. And if they can like kind of really learn their own behaviors and how it affects themselves and their relationships and everyone around them, they can literally heal themselves, or they can just go to therapy for it. So anyway, it was worth a video. Please, guys, if you're in any kind of situation like that, that's abusive, love yourself, like completely, fully, and only love yourself. Don't try to manifest somebody who was, God forbid, physically harming you or like treating you as if you're just, I don't even want to go into graphic things the way I describe it, but if you guys have any comments down below, just, make them down below. And I love you guys so much. And that's it. I just wanted to come on for this. This is a very serious topic. I love you guys. Bye.
Nothing can come, nothing can come, nothing can come between us.